to the 787 Communications Mfd lesson. This module covers the operation of the Multifunction Display, or MFD, communications pages. The MFD communications functions are used to control data link features. Data link messages not processed by the FMC are received, accepted, rejected, reviewed, composed, sent, and printed using communications functions on the MFD. Data link communications can be established with participating ATC and company locations. The Communication Display switch displays the communications main menu on the selected MFD. Communications functions are selected using the Cursor Control Device or Cursor Control Selector. Message text entry is accomplished by entering data into the communications scratchpad and transferring it to the appropriate area. Incoming ATC and Flight Information Services, or FIS, message traffic is enunciated by an ICAS ATC communication message and displayed in the ATC message block on both auxiliary displays as well as the communication MFD. Company messages are enunciated by an ICAS COM communication message and only displayed on the communication MFD. Descriptions and illustrations provided in this module are examples of a typical installation with all communications functions active. Depending on configuration or function availability, some functions may be inhibited. Selectable menu items have white text on a gray background. Inhibited items have cyan text on a black background with a cyan border. Inhibited items cannot be selected. The background color for a selected top-level function is green. Selecting ATC, Flight Information, Company, Review, Manager, or New messages places the appropriate title in the menu heading line and displays the subordinate menu selections for that function in the menu data area. Subordinate menu items which lead to subsequent subordinate menus are followed by 3 dots. Making a selection from the subordinate menu places the title of that function in the menu heading and displays a new subordinate menu or data below. Making a selection from the subordinate menu displays the appropriate title, the menu heading, and the data below. The ATC menu selection provides downlink messages to ATC where available. Flight Information provides uplink and downlink messages that allow requests of departure clearance, oceanic clearance, Automatic Terminal Information Service or ATIS information, pushback, Terminal Weather Information for Pilots or TWIP, and expected taxi. Company provides for downlink messages to airline facilities. Review displays a list of all transmitted messages, received messages not requiring a response that have been viewed, or received messages with the response already sent. Review is inhibited if there are no listed messages. Manager provides the controls for data link and communication systems in general. New Messages displays a list of uplinked messages that have not been displayed or responded to. New Messages is inhibited when there are no new messages. Communications command keys are displayed at the bottom of communications pages. Command keys change as appropriate for the pages displayed. Each key has a label which also changes based on the page displayed and the possible action. Only one label is displayed in a single location for a specific condition on the page. The following table describes the key functions and labels for all ATC, flight information, and company functions. Most downlink message pages include text entry fields. Scratchpad entries can be transferred to selected entry fields by pushing a cursor select switch. The Scratchpad entries will blank when they are successfully transferred. If the entry is not valid, the Scratchpad entries remain, and an invalid entry message is displayed in the help window. Transferring a blank Scratchpad will reset the entry field to its default value. Transferring a space will blank the entry field. Transferring delete will reset the entry field to the default entry prompt. Some entry fields have format requirements. Entry prompts display the required entry format with special characters separating entry boxes. The required data is entered without the special characters or spaces. Scratchpad data is transferred to entry boxes after being checked for proper format. If the entry data or format is invalid, transfer is prevented, and an invalid entry message is displayed in the help window. Menu entry fields are used to make text entry selections from a list. The menu entry field is distinguished from the other entry fields by the pointer to the right of the field. When initially selected, a list of menu items is displayed to the side of the pointer. If an item from the list is then selected, that item is transferred to the entry field. If the menu prompt is selected again and the Scratchpad contains a valid value, the Scratchpad value is transferred to the entry field. When the entry field is selected with text already inserted, the menu list is removed from the display. A help window is provided in both communication and CDU displays at the bottom of the MFD. Messages are displayed on the Review and New Message pages in a list format. The list includes message time, titles, and status. The list is sorted by the time of receipt, with the most current message at the top. Messages selected from a list are displayed in this format. The Manager and New Message pages can contain select keys to activate features. The select keys can be either exclusive or non-exclusive keys. Message status is displayed in an information box at the bottom of the MFD. The information box covers the command keys. Some information messages automatically disappear. Information messages such as Sent are cleared by selecting Exit Info. The communications information messages are described in the following table. Arriving ATC and flight information uplink messages are enunciated by an ICAS ATC communications message, an ARL chime, and an auxiliary display ATC message block. The message text is displayed in the ATC message block. The message text can also be displayed using the New Message menu selection. ATC Data Link communicates with participating air traffic control centers to reduce the need for VHF and HF voice communications. The data link can send or receive airplane situation reports, route changes, speed and vertical clearances, and voice contact requests. ATC Data Link requires manual log-on to a participating ATC facility. Once logged on, transfer to adjacent ATC facilities is automatic. ATC uplinks containing clearance data that the crew can set on the MCP, TCP, or EFIS control panel have a crew feedback display function. The data values in the message displayed on the ATC message block or the message page will change from white to green when they are properly set by the crew. Data values which provide feedback include MCP speed, MCP heading, MCP altitude, barometric altimeter setting, transponder code, VHF frequency, and HF frequency. ATC uplinks can contain data for loading into the FMC. When FMC data is available, the Load FMC command key is displayed. Selecting Load FMC will transfer the data to the FMC and create an FMC modification. The MFD information messages and help window messages will provide indications of loading progress. The ATC downlink pages can be accessed through the ATC menu. The downlink pages include the following items: the ATC report pages can be accessed through the ATC menu. The report pages include the following 4 pages: The Flight Information menu provides access to flight information downlink pages. The downlink pages include the following 6 pages. The Company menu provides access to company downlink pages. The downlink pages include the following. Messages are saved and can be accessed by selecting the Review menu. The message categories include the following. After selecting a review message category, all review messages in that category are displayed in a list. Each review message list field displays the time the message was received or sent, the message text, who sent the message, and the message state. The review message list field can be selected for more detailed information. The